Hi guys, Cidney here, coming to you live from my meditation space. Many of you know me from the ThicRoots podcast, hosted here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and you have heard our episode, Building Wakanda for Charlotte Without Question. I wanted to just come and talk to you a little bit about the unique opportunity that we have here in the Queen City to steer and influence the growth and development of Charlotte and what our community looks like. The concept that I would like to implement would bring young Black entrepreneurs and creatives in the greater Charlotte area together to put on a festival or art walk of sorts where we would be able to showcase our talents, sell products and services, as well as network with each other. And if anyone is interested, provide opportunities for entrepreneurships and apprenticeships for younger Charlotteans who may be interested in printing and apparel companies or jewelry making or podcasting. I think that we have an opportunity to create a fully actualized, holistic ecosystem. We have podcasts here in Charlotte that express all walks of life, from our brothers and sisters in the LGBTQI community to the disabled community, the Latinx community, the Black community. I would like to hold an event inviting all of the young Black and brown entrepreneurs and creatives in the greater Charlotte area to participate as vendors. And that event would serve as a catalyst for what would be known as the Black Market Collective. The Black Market Collective is an idea that myself and Jade, as most of you who listen to the podcast know, as my business partner, is an idea that we have to build the Charlotte that we want to see. If we are coming together and creating opportunities for networking and brand consulting, we're able to not only increase our individual revenue, but we're also able to create visibility in Charlotte for the Black community. And in doing so, we have an opportunity to give back to the community that's already here and already supporting us. So imagine if we had a networking event, art walk of sorts, where entrepreneurs and creatives alike were able to be vendors in a space where they could market their own products as well as network with other people. In my meditation space alone, I have some bath salts with some flowers in it for a goddess bath from the shop Musa Moon. I have this wonderful portrait that was created by the Yellow Butterfly, who also braids my hair. This vision board was created at Perp Apparel's house with a group of incredibly talented, beautiful Black women, all living in the greater Charlotte area, from jewelry designers that have been in Fashion Week to fashion models that have done Victoria's Secret to podcasters and bloggers. And imagine what we could do if we all came together. In addition to our creatives, we would have people like Jade, who is a digital marketing analyst and brand consultant. So she has services that could help you fix or increase or perfect your brand. We have people like the I Don't Do Clubs influencers, Peanut Butter Gels, and a number of other people who can help service our creative community, and in return we can help increase their clientele for their entrepreneurial endeavors, while also allowing for young Charlotteans to intern with us or do apprenticeships if they're interested in things like podcasting or visual art. even things like hair braiding. All of those things take time and practice, and imagine where we would be if we had someone to direct us when we were starting out with these things. The job market in Charlotte is consistently expanding. We are definitely in a developing and growing environment. And if we're creating visibility, then Black people from other cities and other towns who have opportunities to apply to jobs in Charlotte will have more of a reason to come here if they know that they're not going to be alone. There's going to be a place where they can get their hair done. There are going to be sports teams that they can participate in. There are going to be concerts and festivals and artists and all sorts of things that would interest them. Currently, Charlotte is an exclusive, not so much an inclusive environment, and we are here. We have a fabulous city, and it's time that we come together to really make noise and show people what we're about.
All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get into the thick of it. And today, what are we talking about, Jade?
We're talking about making our own Black history by creating the Charlotte we want to see for Black people.
So we arrived at this topic, number one, because it's Black History Month. So we want to pay homage to that, even though we celebrate and create Black history every day that we exist and breathe. But Jade and I have, since our very first meeting, been talking about creating this ecosystem of young Black professionals and entrepreneurs, and just allowing ourselves to be holistically ourselves, whatever that means and whatever that Blackness looks like, and building a community off of it. So that we can eventually create like political change and be the prominent entity in the community in which we live. And so Jade has a much more eloquent way of putting that. And so I really would love for you to explain what that is.
Sure. It would be a collective of young Black entrepreneurs and influencers coming together in like fellowship and support, both in our everyday lives and living our, holistic lives, but then also financially and kind of as a business network. We would be able to really just like have these kind of like Black and brown only entrepreneurial gatherings where we can showcase what we're working on, we can help each other with our creative endeavors, and it would be a network that's committed to sourcing each other as our primary business service providers, referring each other as well to expand our networks for more business opportunities, and then continuously getting together for ongoing personal and professional development. But basically all of that in a way that's lit as fuck.
Right. So what we talked about is one thing that we all want to do here as ThicRoots is we want to build the Charlotte that we want to see. We want Charlotte to be a Black city. We want Charlotte to grow as a city and be a fun city. We really want to eventually be able to have a core group of people that is able to create political change. How do you do that? You start by building a network of young Black professionals and entrepreneurs who can rely on each other for services, graphic design services, catering services, even traditional corporate employment, being able to lean on one another for those things, being able to support each other's events. So making shit lit as fuck, being able to hold parties and know that your party is going to be supported and that other people are going to promote you, are going to support you, are going to come. That then turns around and makes Charlotte present a certain way on social media and to people who don't live here, that, maybe where they might have a job offer in Atlanta and in Charlotte, they might choose to take the Charlotte one because Charlotte looks like it's up and coming. And the more of us that are like-minded and similar, then the more our votes will count.
Exactly. And Charlotte is up and coming. It's been listed as one of the fastest growing cities in the U.S. one of the top cities for major companies that are starting to hire at a exponential rate. But what it hasn't really been reported as is a Black city, as a pro-Black city. And so that's what we want to do, is really create Charlotte's image as a city that is supportive for Black people, not just in their lifestyles, but in their careers and their economic and political power.